Hello students, I hope you all are keeping fine and are in good health. So today we are going to do question number 4, past journal entries in the book of Hari Shankar and Company from the following. In my book it is 2018, so I have written 2018. Here are the dates for the transactions, and here are the various transactions that happened on these dates, and these are the amounts for each transactions. I have already made the format: Journal of Hari Shankar and Company, date, particulars, LF, amount debit rupees, amount credit rupees. So let us begin with our question. Here it says that on April 1, Hari Shankar, he commenced business with cash. So if we are going with the rule followed by the real account, then cash is the real account and it will be debited, because in real account what comes in we have to debit. And then we will write to capital, because capital is the personal amount invested by Hari Shankar. So here capital has been given into the business or invested in the business. So cash account debit, real account what comes in debit, capital account representing as, or we can say it is belongs to the natural person Hari Shankar, and so we cannot write Hari Shankar in the journals of Hari Shankar. So we are writing here to capital. Let us write down the amount: 50,000 on this side and 50,000 on this side. Let us write down a short narration. Cash brought in the business as capital. Then we have April 2. So on April 2, purchase goods from Subhash. Now whenever purchase word is there and goods word is there, we will not write goods, we will write purchase, because these goods are purchased for resale or selling purpose, and here there is no word cash. So we will assume that the goods are being purchased from Subhash on credit. So here two accounts that are affected are, one is purchases which comes from nominal account, and since purchases is our expense coming from nominal account, we are going to debit purchases. And the other one affected is Subhash. Subhash is the one from whom we are purchasing goods on credit. Why on credit we are saying here? Because there is no word cash given here. So we will write here to Subhash. We are writing to Subhash because Subhash here comes from personal account and is the giver, is giving goods to Hari Shankar. Okay. We are making journal entry on behalf of Hari Shankar. Then we have April 4. But before that we have to write the narration. We will write here goods purchased from Subhash on credit. Okay. The next we have here is April 4. So let us see what happened on April 4. Sold goods to Ramnath. Here again there is no word cash, and here we are selling goods. So when we sell, then we are earning income, and so sales comes from the nominal account and we have to credit whatever income is there, we have to credit. And the other account affected is Ramnath. So since we are selling goods to Ramnath, Ramnath is becoming the receiver according to the personal account. So we will write here Ramnath debit, and we will write to sales account, because sales account comes from the nominal account, and according to the nominal account the incomes are supposed to be on credit. Okay. So, we have sold goods to Ramnath and the amount is 15,000. Okay, 15,000. On both sides we will write 15,000 and 15,000. A narration: goods sold to Ramnath on credit. Okay. Now, on April 6th, Ramnath he found some defective goods. Ramnath returned defective goods for rupees 1,000. Okay. So, here Ramnath he found some defective goods and so he wants to return this defective goods. Okay. So, we will write here, okay, we will write here April 6, April 6. So, here one new account will come over here. Okay. So, who is returning? Giver becomes Ramnath. First we had sold goods to Ramnath. So, we wrote here 2 sales. Now, when the goods will be returned, it will become sales return or return inward. Okay. So, when sales was income, when we were earning income, so when the sold goods will be returned back to you, that will become your expense. So, here when defective goods are returned from the person whom we have sold, we will write here sales return or other name is return inward account. Okay, you can write any one, sales return or return inward account, and this will be debited. First sales was our income, so we credited, but now when goods are being returned, what we had sold, it will become sales return. So, it will be on the which side? It will be on the debit side, because now sales return it becomes as the expense for Hari Shankar. Okay. So, here the Hari Shankar now becomes the giver because he is returning, sorry, Ramnath now becomes the giver because now Ramnath is returning goods to Hari Shankar. Okay. So, here what was the new account that we found here? Ramnath, we had sold goods to Ramnath. So, Ramnath now returns the goods. So, the sales becomes sales return and it will be debited because now it becomes our expense, and now Ramnath becomes as the giver of the goods because he found some goods defective and he wants to return those goods. Okay. So, here let us write down the amount, then we will write down the narration. So, he found some goods worth of 1,000 rupees defective and he returned it. So, here we will write here, over here we will write goods returned by, okay, we can write here defective goods returned by Ramnath. Okay. Now, next we have is April 10. Okay. So, I will take this question little down so that it will be easier for us to look into the question. So the next date here we have is April 10. So what happened on April 10? Received cash from Ramnath. So we had sold goods to Ramnath, goods worth of 15,000, and he returned some defective goods, 1,000 worth of goods. So we are going to receive 14,000 rupees from him, but we received cash 13,800 after allowing him discount. Okay. So here we have got 3 accounts been affected. We said at least 2 or more accounts will be affected, at least 2. So here one is cash, because cash we are receiving, it is coming in. Other is Ramnath, because Ramnath is giving us cash, so he becomes the giver according to the personal account. And the third one is affected is discount allowed. So discount allowed becomes our expense, and according to nominal account we have to debit the expense. Now when you are allowing discount, suppose you are selling goods for 10 rupees whose price was 12 rupees, that means 2 rupees you are having loss from your side, expense from your side. So discount allowed becomes your, we can say it becomes your expense, and so we debit. So let us write down. The first one is cash account. We are receiving cash, so according to real account what comes in has to be debited. Then next account that is debited is our discount allowed account. Now discount allowed account is been debited because according to the nominal account it is our expense. And who is giving Harishankar money? Every time I am giving us, because we are working on behalf of Harishankar. Okay, so don't get confused. So who is giving Harishankar cash? It is Ramnath. So Ramnath here becomes the giver. So we are getting 13,800 and Harishankar is allowing discount 200, and the amount that was supposed to be received was 14,000. Okay. So here we are going to write narration: cash received from Ramnath and discount allowed. Okay. Next is April 12. So in April 12, this looks little tricky. Gopal sold goods to us, which means Gopal sold goods to Harishankar. So we cannot write sales over here because we are not selling. Instead, Gopal sold goods to us, which means that we are purchasing goods. Okay. So here we are not making for Gopal, we are making for Harishankar. So when Gopal is selling, that means Harishankar is purchasing. So we will again debit purchases over here because purchases comes from the nominal account and it is expense. So we are going to debit purchases. And who is the giver of the goods? It is Gopal. So we will write to Gopal, and here the amount is 10,000, and once again this side we will write 10,000. Okay. Now what we are going to write as narration: goods purchased from Gopal on credit. Okay. If you don't want to write credit, it is okay, but we can differ that these are for cash and these are for credit. So writing just one extra word should not matter, should not trouble you. Okay, so here we are with 12, okay, now 14. Paid to Gopal in full settlement of his account after deducting 5% discount. Okay, so here after deducting 5% discount, so here 5% discount of how much? 5% discount of rupees 10,000. Okay. So how much is 5% discount of 10,000? It is 500. Okay. So here again 3 accounts will be affected. Okay. Since Gopal is selling goods to us, this time we are going to receive discount. Okay. So we will write here April 14. Paid to Gopal. So Gopal is receiving, cash is going out from our side and we are receiving a discount of 5%. So let us write here Gopal, we will debit Gopal because we purchase goods from Gopal. So now we are giving money to Gopal and we next account affected will be cash. To cash it goes out because we are giving cash to Gopal, and then here we are receiving some discount. When we purchase we receive discount. Okay. When we purchase we receive discount, like the seller will give us discount. So in this case the discount received will become our income. That means we are paying, or it will become like our profit because we are paying less amount. Okay. So how much was Gopal supposed to receive? Gopal was supposed to receive 10,000, but we are paying him 9,500 after receiving a discount of 500. Okay. So here we are going to write cash paid to Gopal and discount received. Okay. So here Gopal becomes the receiver, cash goes out according to the real account, and discount received is our, we can say it is our gain because we are receiving some discount and paying less amount. So that becomes our gain, and so it will be on the credit to discount received as per the nominal account. Okay. Then next we have is April 15. Okay. April 15. Now here it says paid rent. Okay. So here since rent is always paid in terms of cash, if there is no word check or bank written there, we will assume that rent was paid in terms of cash, and so rent is our expense coming from our nominal account. So we are going to debit rent, and we are going to write here to cash because cash is the real account which comes, cash comes from the real account, and since it is going out we will write to cash. And so the rent amount that was paid was 10,000 and again this side we have 10,000. Okay. We will try to centralize the remaining amounts. Okay. So, let us write the narration. We can write here rent paid. Okay. The next we have is April 16. On April 16, paid rent for Hari Shankar's residence. So, now who is Hari Shankar? Is the owner himself. So, here when the owners or the businessmen, they withdraw money for their personal use. So, it is the rent paid for Hari Shankar's residence. So, it will become drawings. Drawings are the money withdrawn from the business for personal use. So, instead of writing here rent or Hari Shankar's residence, we will write here drawings, drawings account, and drawings will be debited because it is coming from the nominal account, and the rent which is paid for the personal house of Hari Shankar is paid in terms of cash because there is no word check written over there. So, cash according to the real account goes out. So, we are going to write to cash, and the amount that is paid is 5,000. Okay. Next we have here is April 18. Purchased goods for cash from Govind for rupees 6,000 at 20% trade discount. Okay. So, here what we can find is the Hari Shankar is purchasing goods from Govind in cash. So, word cash is written here. Okay. Now, one thing, I will be sending you a video about the cash discount and trade discount, and in that video we will be learning that whenever there is cash discount, we write cash, we write discount allowed or discount received. But whenever there is a trade discount is the good when the goods are been bought from the when the wholesaler when the goods are been bought from the manufacturer or the wholesalers to the retailer. So, as per the price list, they allow a trade discount. So, the trade discount is been allowed on a specified amount of quantity of goods, like if you take 10,000 packet of goods, you will get some discount. If you take 5,000 tins of some goods, you will get discount. So, this is generally on the goods which are sold or allowed by the wholesalers or the manufacturers. Okay. And when the goods are bought in bulk or large quantity. Okay. So, let us write here, it is April 18. Okay. So, on April 18th, purchased goods for cash from Govind. Okay. 20% trade discount. So, whenever there is a trade discount, we will not show any entry called as discount. We will directly deduct the amount, the discounted amount, and we will write that deducted amount in our journal entry. So, purchased goods for cash. So, here we will write down. Okay. We will not write down any name because we are not purchasing that goods for credit. Instead, we are purchasing that goods for cash. Okay. So, we will write here purchase account debit, because purchase is a nominal account which has to be debited because it is expense, and we will write here to cash. Okay. We will write here to cash. Why? Because we are purchasing goods on cash from Govind. Okay. So, since we are already paying cash, we will write here cash account, and we will write here okay. Okay, so the amount we will write down here is 4,800, because 20% of 6,000 is 1,200, and when we deduct, it comes as 4,800. 6,000 minus 1,200, 4,800. We will write here goods purchased at trade discount 20%. Okay. The next we have here is April 20. Purchase goods from Govind for 10,000 at 20% trade discount. Here there is no word written as cash. So, we will assume that goods were purchased on credit. So, again we will write here to purchases account, and we are going to debit this, and then we are going to write here to Govind, because now we are purchasing from Govind on credit. So, here as per the rule, purchase is nominal, expense debit, Govind is giver, we are purchasing, so it is credit. Here again the goods were for 10,000, 20% trade discount. So, here 10,000 minus 20% will become 8,000, because 20% of 10,000 is 2,000. So, when we minus, it becomes 8,000, and here again we will write here goods purchased at trade discount 20%. Okay. Then we have here April 24. Okay. So, on April 24, paid Govind 7850 in full settlement of his account. So, here we had purchased on credit from Govind goods worth of 8,000 after receiving 20% discount, and now we are settling with 7850. Here again 3 accounts are affected. One is Govind, who is becoming the receiver. So, we are going to debit Govind. Next we have is to cash, because cash is going out of our business as a real account. What goes out has to be credited, and the other one affected amount is discount received. Since we purchase goods from Govind, Govind is giving us discount. So, that becomes our gain. So, according to the nominal expenses, we are going to credit discount received. So, Govind. Now, if we go to look into the question, on April 2, we purchase goods if we see here that we purchased from Govind for 10,000 and allowed, and he gave us trade discount of 20%. That means we were supposed to give Govind 8,000, okay, but the actual cash that we are giving him is 7850. That means we are getting a discount of 150. Okay. Now we will write here paid cash and discount received. Okay. Next here we have is April 25. Okay. So on April 25, paid to Subhash. Okay. Now if we see on April 2, we had purchased some goods from Subhash for 20,000. But here we are settling amount for only 5,000. How we come to know here? Because we are paying 4750 to Subhash and receiving a discount of 250. So since Subhash here becomes the receiver, we are going to debit Subhash and we are going to write here to cash because cash is going out, and we are going to write to discount received because we purchased goods from Subhash and Subhash is, we are receiving goods from, sorry, we are receiving discount from Subhash. Okay. So here the amount is 4750 and discount that is we are receiving is 250. That means right now we are settling the amount for 5,000. Okay. Now we are in April 30 now. Since here is the, okay, so we will write narration here, cash paid and discount received. Okay. Now we have come to the last one, April 30. On April 30, here are the different expenses. Now we will do a compound entry. Since all the expenses are supposed to be debited because nominal account expense debited and there is nothing written here, so we will assume that all these expenses were paid in terms of cash. So we will write here wages account debit, salaries account debit, advertisement expense account debit, and trade expenses account debit, and then we will write here to cash because cash is going out, to cash account. So let us write down all the amount one by one. 400, then we have 4,000, then we have 800, and then we have here 1,000. Okay. So all this is coming as 6,200. So we paid the expenses worth of 6,200. Okay. So narration will write here. Okay. We will write the narration here. Expenses paid. Okay. Now the last thing we'll do here is we'll do the total. Okay. And it has to be in terms of rupees. Okay. So let us check whether we have entered all the amounts correctly. We have not missed any because both sides should come same. Okay, so I am using the advantage. So it is coming as 1,67,000. 1,67,000. Let us check this side. Okay, so this side is coming as again 1,67,000. 1,67,000. So here we are done with our question. I want you all to go through this, and it will take little time for you all to remember the rules, but once you remember the rules, it will be easier for you to, there will be no problem for you all to solve any journal entry problems. You just have to follow the simple rule of how to follow personal account, real account and nominal accounts. Okay.